Good morning, Stampers. It is Tammy with Stampin' Scrap Tammy coming to you with a Facebook Live on this wonderful Wednesday morning. It is 11 a.m. Central if you're watching this live. Otherwise, maybe you're catching the replay at whatever time it is where you are. So welcome to you. We will just wait just a second here and make sure, of course, that I'm doing this in the right page because I've been known to go in the wrong page a couple of times. And then we will get started. All right, just 1 second here. Looks like my, okay, there it is. It's just taking a little bit of time. It wants me to refresh here. All right. Looks like we are good to go. So if you are here, make sure you say hello. I'm just seeing here if it's gonna let me see the comments as we go. Oh my goodness, there's like a fly flying around here. You know, Facebook just updated, so it's a little bit different. It's a different look for me today. So I'm hoping that it is all working. Okay, 1 second. I guess I can move over so that, okay, somebody just liked it. So it's just not showing it to me in the same spot that it normally does. That is really strange. Okay, anyways, I guess I will just get started and give it a go and we will just have to see what happens. So maybe as soon as I flip it down, I will be able to see what's going on. So anyways, sorry about that. Welcome. And I do want to just let you know right away that I am going to do a second Facebook Live again this week. It is going to be Friday, tentatively 11 a.m. Central Time. I will post it in the morning. And what it's going to be, again, is going to be one of those swap card shares. So I'm going to share with you all of these beautiful cards. So as you see, this is not my name on here. As being part of the Midwest region and Stampin' Up!, their group posted or hosted, I should say, a card swap that anybody that was in our region could take part in. And my downline Gail took part in it. I have got this crazy amount of fear of missing out right now because these cards are so pretty. She brought them over for me to see the other day, and I just thought, oh my goodness, these need to be shared with the world. So that is why on Friday, I will be doing a Facebook Live at around 11 o'clock again. I'll post right away in the morning. And I know exactly when that should be, but I'm thinking 11 should work out just fine. And so I'll just go through and share with you these beautiful cards. You can take, screenshots of them or be able to go back and look at them if you'd like to recreate them, because there are some beauties in here that you might want to recreate. And they are from the entire catalog, I think. But the majority, we could use the entire catalog, but I think the majority is the holiday catalog. So maybe that was, I don't know what the guidelines for that were. But anyways, I'm very excited to share those with you on Friday. Again, probably around 11 a.m. And let's see, today I'm going to share with you a beautiful shaker card. And I'm going to show you my All Occasions class. I'll give you a glimpse at it now. And this class, we had it live, and I mailed a few of these kits out on Monday. And it is so beautiful. I didn't have it all ready to show last week, but I do this week. So I'm going to extend the invitation to anybody who would like to purchase this kit, and I'll show you everything that's included. I'm going to extend that to September 1st. So if you would like this, if you see this kit today and you want to get this stamp set anyways, and you think you want the paper supplies to make 8 cards, you can order this kit still. So I'll give you more details when I put the camera down and show you what's all included in that. And I think that's all I have to talk about here. As I'm flipping where it's down here to get started, I will talk a little bit about my schedule. So I am just finalizing my schedule for September. I'm working on it. I was just kind of trying to wait to see what was going on with my children for school. So good morning to everybody that's watching now. Now I can see a little bit as we go here. Again, I'm not sure why or if Facebook changed something, but I'm not able to see it on my computer like normal. I'm going to try one more time. But anyways, consistent schedule coming. I don't know if that will be posted yet for tomorrow's email that's going out, but it will be posted very soon. It'll be some live classes as well as most of the classes will be available to purchase as to-go classes too. So if you are comfortable coming in person, all the live classes will be limited to around 4 people per class. So very small. We have plenty of room to social distance at this time. But if you're more comfortable taking them to go, I'm more than happy to either ship them or drop them off or have you pick them up. Okay, so I'm still trying to find us here, but it just is not working for me to see it on my own here. Oh, okay. I just have to turn my volume off. Now I can see it. Like I said, they switched things up a little bit. So looks like I'm saying good morning to a few of you. So if you're here, make sure you say a hello. I'd love to hear from you. It's so fun to see your guys' names pop up. All right, so let's get down to business. First off, of course, I have to share, can you believe we are going into September already? So not quite yet, but I am ready to close out my August host code. So I'm going to share with you here the September host code. So this one will be good till almost the end of September is how that'll work. Let me move this just a little bit. Try to get you an even view here. Looks like I'm kind of off, but that's okay. Got a mess here and I haven't even started. All right, so September host code, good through most of September. But as soon as there's a new one, I will share that with you. And this will be shared in the comments or in the headline after too. Okay, so let's take a look at the products that we're using today. So I got a couple different things going on here that I did with this kit. I used a little bit of this one here. And then I brought in the beautiful autumn bundle with these really cute little punches. And then I also am using for the die cuts on this one for my background and to be able to get the shaker part, the Stitch So Sweetly dies from the All Occasions catalog. Oh. There we go. I'm just trying to adjust my camera here. All right, so these are the products that we are featuring today. I'm going to set those aside. And I'll give you a glimpse of the card that we're going to do. And of course, I use this embossing folder too, that Tasteful Touches. I think I use this almost every week. It's beautiful. And let me just set these aside for now. And this is the card that we're going to make. And I'm going to go through all of the steps actually to make this card today. All right, so let's get started here. And so I do have all of the pieces cut right here, but I also want to show you how to cut them and how to do it start to finish here. So I have one piece that I'm missing here. Let me grab it from back here. Okay. There we go. All right, so in the kit, so in the card kit, this is how if you order this All Occasions card, they're gonna come. You're gonna have the second envelope tucked behind there and all of the supplies are gonna be in this envelope. We have 2 standard card bases in Early Espresso, so 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then next, our next layer is going to be a Very Vanilla. And that would be cut at, here, I can just, let me fold this in half and have it ready. And so it's been a while since I've done a shaker. I probably do maybe 2 or 3 shakers every year. I know I've showed a shaker on a Facebook Live, but it was probably at least a year ago. So I thought it was about time to bring it back in again. So here's my base layer. And then next I'm going to do a Very Vanilla, and that's the 5 1/4 by 4. So that's going to be the start of our shaker. So that's where I'm going to begin showing you the rest of the layers. Maybe I'll tell you the rest here too. And so I'm going to need a layer for behind that shaker card. So I took the Designer Series paper from the autumn, what is it even called? I should have written that down. Can't believe I didn't bring that paper out to share today. Well, I will be sure. I'll be sharing it at the end when I show you that kit. But I should know the name of it, so as I'm talking to you, I can tell you what the name is. And so this is, I know it's autumn. Oh, Gilded Autumn. I knew that. So it's the Gilded Autumn Specialty Designer Series paper. And so this is one side. You could pick whichever side you want to use with this. But I cut this one at 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And that way it'll fit behind here quite nice. And then I just have some scraps of paper to finish off the card when I get to decorating it. I'm gonna set those up top so I don't lose them, hopefully, but you know, I could probably still manage to lose them before the end of this. So if I start going crazy at the end trying to find my pieces, maybe someone in the comments can say, to the left, up on top, there they are. All right, so let's get started. And so what I wanna show you is the layers of how to go ahead and get your frame for this using those Stitch So Sweetly dies. And so I will be bringing in my die cutting machine. And you're gonna see this from the top view. If you'd like to get this, it is still a pre-order for demonstrators right now. But I will tell you that if you are interested in this starter kit special with Stampin' Up, there is a really great option coming up for the start. There's going to be a starter kit special beginning next Tuesday. So keep that in mind. If you have a nice wish list, I've got a great deal coming for you. So contact me. We'll get set up with a time to get you all hooked up because you're going to get some extra perks beginning next Tuesday. All right, so I'm going to push this down here and open it up, get it ready to go. And since I'm going to be cutting, I did already emboss this piece here. So I've already embossed this using this embossing folder. So I embossed it first. And then next I will need to grab my right plates to do the cutting. So I'm going to grab the main one. And then I'm going to grab this one here. And then 2 of the clear plates. I'm like really crooked today. Sorry about that. And then let's go ahead and stick this one down. So the Very Vanilla, I'm going to take. So what I'm going to end up using is 3 of the frames. So the Very Vanilla, I'm going to take the medium size frame. And then just run that through. And what's really cool about this is when I embossed it first like this, which you wouldn't have to, is now I have this really fun piece that I can use on another project. So I made a whole bunch of these. This is for the card class. So now I have these that I can use for a different card. And so there'll be no waste on this. And then what I'm gonna do is just you could take a scrap piece. I just used a 5 1/4 by 4 sheet of Cajun Craze because that's what I had cut. And what I need to do is make a frame. And we get that lined up. There is a magnetic platform that is going to be available for this lovely machine beginning on September 1st as well. I'm super excited about that, to try it out. And I'm told it is just a phenomenal magnet platform where your plates or your dies shouldn't jump around. I know I had some issues with that on other machines I've used. And then again, we have a nice another piece here that we can use on another project. And you could also even save this negative to use too. So there would really be no waste. And that's kind of what I liked about doing it in a big sheet like this instead of just a other scrap, is because now I can save this and frame up another card with it. Again, that's using the Stitch So Sweetly dies. And now I can set my machine away. And I do like that this is so compact because I can just quickly close it and then set it aside. It doesn't take up a lot of space. And so now let's see what we have here. So now I have these pieces. As you can see, that's going to be my nice frame. I have this for a background. But now we have to make it so that we can shake it and that nothing is going to come through here. So right now, obviously, we need to put a window in there. So I'm going to grab a clear acetate sheets. We do sell these. They are on the back of our regular annual catalog. And maybe I'll set up 2 of them right away. We'll see how it goes as we get going here. So the most important part of your shaker card, and this is what I always start out with after I have my pieces cut, is I put my window piece in. So I want this to be the front of the card. So I'm just going to flip these over, which with this embossing folder, it maybe wouldn't matter so much, but depending on your folder that you're using, you might want a front and a back. So anyways, I'm flipping them over. This is the back side of my card that will not be seen. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to adhere the window. I'm using my Stampin' Seal Plus, will be plenty strong to hold this. I'm going to attempt to do 2 of these at the same time. We'll see. See how distracted I get as I go. Okay, this acetate sheet, I also cut it the same as I did this designer series paper. So I did 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. All right, so now we have our window. Nothing's gonna get through there. We're gonna keep them down like this, and now we're gonna set up the frame so that it'll raise up a little bit so that there's room for things to shake inside of there. So I'm going to use the foam adhesive strips, also in the annual catalog under the adhesive area. But what I've done, I believe this comes with 2 sheets. Let me see here. I think it does. There's 2 or 3 sheets per package of these that last a long time. There might even be 3. I'm not sure. But anyways, I've cut one in half because I need it cut down anyways to make the frame because they come in nice long strips. So what I'm going to do is pull off these strips. And you don't really have to worry about it being neat. I'm going to get it somewhat close to the edge so that the things I put in there don't, you know, go down to where you can't see them. And I will just overlap that there. Oh, looks like I have it a little bit too long here. Again, not such a big deal. I can just snip that off. And actually, just so I don't waste it, I'll put it up top here. Did you see that? I just lost those. For a second there, I thought they were gone. Things just jump around on the craft table. I wonder if, does that happen to anybody else? Just like, I swear something swoops in and grabs them every once in a while. And then looks like I need to trim that one down. Again, I don't want to have any waste, so I'll stick that on my other card. I could stick it back on here too if I wasn't. I'm going to be making another card. And then I'll just loop that around up there. So as you see, you're not going to see the back of this. This is the back of the card. Main thing is for this, especially because I'm going to be using some small sequins, is that you don't have any holes. If you're using something bigger, you know, that wouldn't sneak through a little hole. It's not as big of a deal. But the main thing is just make sure you don't have any holes around there. This is 2-sided, so I'm going to leave this second side. As you see, this is sticky too. I'm going to leave that on for right now. I'm going to leave that on until I have all my stuff I'm going to shake inside of there. And we will set up this frame as well. And so if you're watching and you've made a shaker card, let me know what you think, or if you haven't made a shaker card and then you're looking forward to it now, I'd love to know that. Most of you that I see that are watching have watched many of my other videos, so you know that I do keep things pretty simple. So you know that a shaker card can't be that hard if I'm doing it, because if it was hard, I would not be doing it. So it's like my one little specialty that you know, it really looks stepped up and really fancy, but really they're just not that hard if you follow the step-by-step directions here. And as you see, I am really piecing this together because I ended up with some scraps. So now, you know, I have along the edges here, I can use all of those so that I have no waste. All right, that looks, oh, look at how perfect that was. I cut that just perfect. All right, that's exciting. All right, so now we have it ready where we can stick our things inside of there. So I'm gonna leave it just like this. And the nice thing is when you have it cut like this, is I can fill it and then I'm just gonna put that right on top. Okay, so then that's the most important part of this card. So what I'm gonna use to fill this card is some sequins. And these are pretty cool. So if you see these sequins, they are on page, let's see, I looked it up right before we started, page 66. I'm gonna show it to you too. So on page 66, it shows this other stamp set, Festive Corners. It covers every season. And that's why these sequins for everything really go with every season. As you see, we have the reds that you go Christmas, Valentine's, you know, the greens. And then these nice ones I thought look great for fall. So I'm taking the gold and let's see what they call the other color. It just says orange. So green, metallic, orange, and red. So I'm gonna use the metallic and the orange for my fall cards. And then I'm gonna be very careful when I open this. And as you can see, I've taken a bunch out because I've made a whole bunch of cards, but these are really, really a fun little doodad to have. And then I also have got some leaves cut out already that I cut out in Cajun Craze and some acorns. I use crumb cake and early espresso. And then I also use some of our metallic paper from this Gilded Autumn collection. And I have some in mint macaroon. And so I'm gonna add just a combination of all of these fun things inside of my card. I am gonna put these metallic leaves upside down and they won't flip over once they're in there. So I'm gonna just place a little bit of everything in this card. But not too much, because if you do too much, then it's not gonna shake around. But I wanna have a little variety. And if you notice these leaves, some of them, I had embossed a few of these sheets of mint for something, and I had them left over, so I cut them out of there. So I have some that are embossed and some that aren't. It just gives it a little bit of texture. And then we'll put a few of these Cajun Craze ones. I do need to make sure I leave, well, I can punch some more out for the decorating the outside of my card. Same with the acorns. For the inside of this card, I'm just gonna put the plain crumb cake ones in. But I do have some early espresso toppers, which I should, maybe I should show how to do that. That was really kind of fun. All right, and then let's just add a few of these. And these do sometimes stick to you. There we go, we'll just put a few in there. It'll just add a little sparkle to our card. As you see, they stick a little bit. The other day at class, it was really funny. One of these little gems got on somebody's cheek. And from far away, because we're social distancing, it looked like a little mole. So we were joking about the Cindy Crawford mole, that we could use these to do our own. And this could be a beauty supply as well. You could use them for Halloween, I suppose. And they don't come off very easily once they get stuck to your skin. All right, so I'm gonna set those aside so I don't knock them over and make a really big mess. So now our shaker is all ready to finish off and close up. I'm gonna move that aside. Okay, so I have my two pieces again. This next piece to go on the back, I did 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And I will very gently pull these off. Now you can use this layout for any season. You just switch your designer series papers and obviously your sentiment, and you would maybe you want to use it for Christmas, so you could put Christmas colors inside of here. Or if you're doing more of a Halloween, maybe you skip the leaves and stuff, or you would just switch out the colors to something a little, you know, like black and orange. I know there's a Halloween set that has some really fun spiders. So that would be a fun option for this one. Okay, so I have all of that done. And so all I'm gonna do is stick that on top of there, and that's ready. I'm gonna do the other one right away, and then I'll flip it over and show you how it shakes. And then all we have to do to finish it off is decorate. And the nice thing about these adhesive strips, they are just the perfect clearance. Regular dimensionals are not quite high enough to get things to move around in there. And we'll go ahead and put that one on. And now let's flip it over. And so there we have our part that is going to shake. So now we need to attach it to our card base. And something I like to do when I do that, because I wanted to make sure it lays pretty nice and even here. So I'm going to flip it back around, and what I'm going to use is these adhesive strips again. And that's what I'm going to use for my adhesive on this card, so that it's the same height throughout the whole card. And really, we probably just need two, so I'll put one on the top, one on the bottom. Could actually maybe stand to be a little bit shorter. And since I have it, I'll put this on the side. And same with this card, we'll do the same exact thing. And we'll put one more. I'll sneak that on there. Looks like I have more room on that one. Okay, so then we'll just go ahead and pull those off and attach it to our card. Now, if you wanted to, you could take a little bit of your snail and put it on this main part too, if you're worried about it sticking. But I think with the strips, it would be fine, but you know, it never hurts to add just a little bit more as long as it's sitting right there by me. And I do want to snip this just a little bit. And so as you see, as I put this together, it's really not that difficult. Main thing is to get that window sheet on there. And here we go. Now we are shaken. Oh, I was a little off on that. Shoot, let me move it over a little bit. See, I got too excited about showing you my second one. So there we go. Isn't that so fun? And you know, they're so easy to do, but they are so impressive. But now we have to finish it. We're not even done with the card yet, and it's already so much fun. All right, so now we just need to embellish the card. So we got the main parts to it, and now we just have to embellish. So I'm gonna add this frame that I've cut out in the Cajun Craze from the Stitch So Sweetly die. Now, maybe I should look. A bad thing to use, not a bad thing, a good thing to use here, since it is a little bit smaller, might be this rubber mat here, so I don't stick and ruin my placemat here. So when I'm adhering smaller pieces or really thin pieces, I like to pull this in. And we'll do the same for this one. Like I would need to tuck that under a little bit. All right, look at how pretty that is, how nicely it's coming together. Now we just have to add some embellishments to it. And so this is where I did add in, let me see if I can find my template here. Right here. So I did add in just a couple of sprigs from this set here from the Autumn Greetings bundle. But if you had any other kind of sprigs or if you wanted to skip that part, you could. But I'm going to add 2 of the sprigs from that. I just cut them out from these. And then I'm going to just add the leaves from the other bundle, from the Beautiful Autumn bundle, which I'm going to need 4. I did cut out a variety of different colors, so I did use just some scraps. I used Early Espresso, I did some in Crumb Cake, and also soft suede. So they're all just a little bit different, but I am going to trim them down a little bit because I don't want them to stick out underneath, because that's where I'm going to add the little punched out embellishments. I'm going to try to move some of my mess out of the way here as we go. And same here, I'll snip these down a little bit. So maybe I'll switch it so that each card has 2 different neutral color sprigs on it. The nice thing about that set of sprigs, because there are 3 different ones, I can cut 3 out at a time. So it makes it a little bit faster when I'm doing multiple cards. I am going to use a glue dot to attach this. I'll use my take a pick tool to grab the glue dot off of there, and I'll just put it right in the center here. And I'm gonna make kind of a cluster decoration down here. And so I will attach these to start. And then I'm gonna actually put a piece of ribbon behind there. So now I got the early espresso sprig on there, and then let's move to the other card. So far, so good. I'm kind of doing well at keeping it together. We'll see at what point we fall apart here. We're well into the video. I haven't made up any words that I know of. That was the joke last week, is that I usually start making up words at about the 10 to 15 minute part. So maybe it's still coming. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to make up any words today, but I'm not going to not promise. See, there we go, that I'm going to. Sometimes it just happens as we go. All right, so now I'm going to bring in this beautiful ribbon that we have. I have to look at the name of this too. So in the card kit, you do get a full package of the ribbon. I'm going to bring in a full one to show you, but I'll show it all together at the end too. So you get a full package of both of these. So it's a mint macaron, and then it's a copper, and it is called the Basket Weave Metallic Ribbon Combo Pack. And so it's just so beautiful, and that's what I used on a bunch of these cards too, is this other metallic one. Just a great texture, great color to it. And that's what's included in the kit, is a full package of both of those. But what I'm gonna do is not even tie a ribbon. So I know that is gonna make many of you happy if you wanna recreate this card, or if you get the card kit. And I will just trim both of these sides down. I don't want it real large, and I'm gonna want 2 of these. And also, if you're watching and you're local and you are now kind of having the fear of missing out type thing, and you want to make these cards, like I said, I'm offering this card kit till September 1st now. I'm going to reopen it, so I'll share the link to order this card kit when I edit the post here later, probably mid-afternoon today. And or you can contact me as well if you'd like to stop by and do the stamping and get your hands on this card kit, because it is just a stunning one. I mean, I like them all, but this one just really did it for me. I thought it was really exciting that I needed to be sure to share it again. All right, so I'm going to just stick that right on there, grab a glue dot off of there. Gosh, I just got to think I haven't even done any stamping yet. We still got to stamp our sentiment. We'll get to that. We'll just get all this decorating done first. So the stamping will come next. And again, I'm going to just stick a glue dot right onto the ribbon. We'll go to the right of that. Doesn't have to be real neat. Most of it's going to get covered up. We just want it to stick out from the top a little bit, and then also from the bottom, just to give it the card a little bit of texture. All right, so that looks good. And I can always kind of maneuver it around a little bit too after I get it together. And so next I will work on the stamping piece before we finish it off. And so I did just take a couple of scrap pieces of paper from the Designer Series set. I cut them to 4 inches, which I'm going to trim it down a little bit actually here, or I'm going to tear it down, I should say. So it is 3/4 of an inch by 4 inches. So just any scrap that you have will work. And then I took a very vanilla, also did it by 4. I'll snip that down after I get my sentiment in place, by 1/2 inch. So this was just a scrap as well after I cut down my card bases. And I will pull in, I should have maybe washed this stamp before we started. We used this for card class. And I didn't get it wiped off. I do have a paper towel here. I'll get these edges wiped off. So what I'm going to stamp in is the mint macaron. And now, you know, I do need to get going here, but I want to show you this tip. I meant to show this last week. So this mint set, I must have opened up when I was in a hurry, so I didn't put the labels on. So I have showed this before, but if you're new here, or maybe you're just tuning in, or you haven't gotten our ink pads yet, our Stampin' Up! Ink pads, there's a label that comes off of the back, okay? And so I'm going to save this part here. I'm going to set it aside. And I'm going to pull off the one that actually says mint on it. And then there's other languages. So you'll see where I'm going with this as soon as I get started here. And so I'm going to put that on the front side, the English I'm going to put on the inside or on the outside. So the main level or main one that you see when it's on my card or the ink pad display. And then what I'm going to do is open it up. And then I have this great little section right here that I'm going to take this one that is blank. And I have another really fun tip that I'm going to share another time about these two. So stay tuned. You're going to keep on learning every week. Or not. Some of these tips, like everyone has known for years, and then I just figured them out. So then I'm going to take the other languages and I'm going to place it on top there. And I have 2 more to go. I'll put one here. So then as you see, when I have it open, I will know what color that is. So if I have multiple ink pads open, I know I can tell which one I'm using. And then see if I can do this without, this is probably a very bad idea. I'm going to attach the other one to the back side of the ink pad. And I say it's a very bad idea because I should probably close this ink pad as I'm doing it. Because right now, this is not smart. I could drop this right on my beautiful card. You know, do you ever find yourself doing things and then as you're doing it, you're like, why am I doing it this way? All right, there we go. So now I have the stickers on every side of the card, or of the ink pad, so I can tell where I'm at. If I have multiple colors out, that I'm stamping into the right color. Okay, so let's do our stamping, very simple stamping today. I do need to find my foam mat though. So I'm gonna bring in this foam mat because it is a photopolymer stamp that we're using. It's a very small one, or narrow, I should say. And it's gonna say, have a beautiful day. And it's sticking there, so I will just tap it down. And I have the perfectly stamped image right there. I'm gonna do the same one for a second time here. And there we go. And now I am going to just trim that. I left it a little bit larger since it was a narrow stamp. I just gave myself plenty of room. Like I said, I was just using some scraps, so there we go. And now what I would like to do is just to give this piece a little texture, I'm gonna snip that off by just tearing it. And that's all we gotta do there. Let's bring in this mat here again to attach this piece, just in case my adhesive goes off the side a little bit. That way I'm not going to ruin my mat. And then I'll attach this to the edge here, leaving that tore end kind of sticking out there. And we'll do the same thing on this card. And there are many different designer series papers in this card pack, so you could definitely mix and match and do other designs and layouts for this. Or if you have other paper at home already, you could definitely use what you have. And then let's go ahead and attach that. And I'm going to use some dimensionals. Looks like I love this. I have a brand new sheet of dimensionals. That's always so fun. So there's 2 rewarding things about dimensionals. Opening up a brand new sheet of them, that's always so fun. But then when you get almost to the end and you cut off all of these edges and you use them all up, especially if it's been sitting on your desk for a long time. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But I like to cut them up and then use every piece of it. And there's something rewarding about finishing off a whole package of them. All right, I'm gonna just off-center this a little bit here. So just do it a little kitty corner. If you don't like to do that, you could definitely put it straight on too. I thought it looked nice, so just a little, I don't know what you'd call that, other than off-centered. Diagonal, that'd be a good way to say it. All right, so as you see, this ribbon is just sticking out a little bit. And then we have to add some of those cute acorns and leaves and things to our card. So let me get started here on those. I want to see if I maybe have some mini dimensionals sitting around. I sure do. And so here I have the mini black dimensionals. So we do, what's nice about the black ones is I believe you get 4 sheets of dimensionals, and you get 2 of the mini and 2 of the bigger ones. So especially with maybe Halloween and fall projects, you might like to have the black ones. And so to start though, I need to set up my acorn. And I'll do it twice. And these do matter. So they're not the same size all around. So I want to line it up first. And so let me show you how I did that. So let's see. So I cut out full, which I don't have any crumb cake here. So it looks like I will just cut out like that. So I just cut out a regular one in the crumb cake, which of course we know that's not crumb cake, that's mint. And then what I did to get the top, I just stuck it in part way. So very I mean, not hard to figure out, but just stuck it in part way to get the top of the acorn. And see, so if I go this way, it doesn't quite line up. So I want to practice before I put my adhesive on to make sure that I'm getting it going the right way. And so I'm going to do 2 of those. I better double check now, make sure I have it going the right way. So I do. So I will flip that over and know that I put my glue dot on that side. And let's do one more. I'll just set that one aside. I probably won't make a mint acorn. Although maybe it'd match my nails. I got a little wild with my nail color last night. Allison picked it out for me. All right, so I gotta flip that. It's like putting a little puzzle together here. There we go. And we'll attach that one. And then I'm just gonna use some dimensionals to finish off placing these in place. And so what's nice about these, I'm gonna put my dimensionals towards the bottom of each element. And it'll make sense in a second here why. And I'm not gonna put any on the top. If you wanted to put a glue dot on top, you certainly could. And the reason I'm gonna do it that way, I'm gonna go mint first. Okay, so this makes sense now. So the reason I wanna do that, because I want it to lay flat on this part that already has a dimensional, but I want it raised up on the bottom so that the sentiment and all of these leaves down here are going to be nice and level. And then we'll go with the acorn second. And then we'll add in this maple leaf. I think this is maple leaf, right? I'm not sure what kind this other one is. I don't know my trees and flowers. All right, so that finishes off that card. Isn't that just perfect? I just love this card. I love the fall colors. I'm not sure that I'm quite ready for fall yet, but these colors are just so rich and beautiful. Let me set all these aside so I don't knock them off the table and end up with a mess, because I have not had a mess thus far today. Especially with all these little pieces. So it is like my day. This might be the day that I should buy a lottery ticket. I haven't made a mess. I haven't made up too many words, and we're about to the end of the video. I don't think I made up any today. So if I made up a word, let me know. Actually, I might be disappointing you. Maybe that's what you guys look forward to, is my fumbles on my English. Maybe all those fumbles are going to come in my email. Sometimes I end up with funny things in my email because something will autocorrect and I'll miss it on the edit when I go through it. So if you do not subscribe to my email and you're interested in signing up for one of the future classes, or you just like to get my email so that you get the weekly free tutorial, be sure to subscribe when those offers come up. You can go to the top of my Facebook page and hit the sign up, and that'll take you to my email sign up list, or I always share it on these posts as well. So I'm going to clear all this stuff out of here, give you a nice view of these beautiful shaker cards that we made today. So look, it shakes, it's decorated, it's beautiful. And then I'm very quickly going to show you what is included in the All Occasions card kit, the All Occasions Fall card kit. So what is included is supplies to make 2 of these cards here, 2 of these beautiful cards, 2 of this one. Stamped images are not included, so you can add stamps that you have, or you can purchase the ones that I used today, and that's what would coordinate with it. And then 2 of these cards here. This card was cased from Dawn Oshevsky. It was a beautiful card that she made in a group that I was part of. And so those are all the cards that are included. So 8 cards you get. You get full packages of the embellishments, or of the ribbon, I'm sorry, the basket weave metallic ribbon. Envelopes included for all of the cards. A half a package of the Gilded Autumn Designer Series paper. I will put this all in view here for you. So if you want to get a good look at it, and you know, if you want full packages of all of this too, you can order those separately, or you want to do your own thing. But I'm just giving you the option to get these 8 cards. If you're going to order this stuff anyways, you might want to get this so that you have the designs as well. And I will send you pictures of these so you can get a nice close look at how these are put together. And then also you get a half a package of these beautiful copper acorns. So they're really nice, and I have them on a couple of the cards I added. And so that's what's included in the all occasions kit. I will share the ordering information from that, or you can contact me directly. If you would like to come to my place and do these yet, that's always an option. Next Monday, I do have a birthday club class, so that'll be shared in the weekly email as well. And so that is all I have to talk about today. I hope you guys all enjoyed the shaker card video. And then again, I'm going to share this one last time. It is our September, believe it or not, September is just right around the corner, September host code. So we're moving into a new host code. Also, I will share that as well when I edit the comments here. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. Again, reminder, Friday, there is going to be a Facebook Live on Friday. It will be, let's see, that is August 28th. And let's just say, let's go 11 a.m. I will be live at 11 a.m. to share with you that beautiful, huge bag of swap cards that my friend Gail has borrowed me. Okay, everybody, have a good couple of days until I see you on Friday. Contact me if you have any questions, if you want to order any of these supplies or this card kit. All right, everybody, take care.